So, hello everyone. Welcome to another replay by me, Azaria. My name is changed on the US server now, so it's the same on all three. Hooray! I wanted to show you guys this particular replay of ZvZ because of how my opponent played and basically how he should have won and just didn't. And I come back and win against his attack. And I'm fairly certain it's because he just, like, his mechanics are worse than mine and his decision making is worse than mine. Okay, so here's the first thing weird he does. He does double extractor trick. Gets 10 workers, cancels, and he's done. My overlord's done. I have 12 workers now. Now I have 13. Like, third's on the way. And then I'll get 14, and he's still on 12. His overlord's not done yet. I have 14 workers for a couple seconds longer than he could even make 14 workers. So double extractor trick, just for any Zergs who were curious, in ZvZ just don't do that. It's not good. So my extractor was done a bit sooner than his for the gas purposes. Which means that my speed's going to be done sooner than his for gas purposes. Now I do an overlord on 15 in ZvZ just because the 16 overlord comes out too late for me to really make stuff. At least that's what I've found. So if any of you are doing a 16 overlord and you find that, oh, your production just is stuck for a couple seconds, do the 15 overlord instead. So I see that he has no natural. I see Zerglings coming out. They're on the way. Well, let's enable some music, shall we? Some nice Zergy music. I'm just at ×2 because it's kind of slow right now. His Baneling Nest is on the way. And we're both kind of just making units. I'm making a spine for defense because I think maybe he's going to try to, do something kind of crazy here. And one spine crawler for defense doesn't hurt. I start my expansion. He doesn't see this yet. Like, his overlord's not in a position to see that. His lings catch it. I attack his lings, and they sort of run away. Then he comes in with a whole lot of banelings, and I want to just go over that. Let's go back a couple seconds. Okay, so he was making a bunch of banelings right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them. Speed it up to when these banelings actually attack. Okay, and pause. We're going to go minus, and minus, and play. And play, I said. Okay, there we go. So here they come. I see this and I think, holy shit, that cannot get into my mineral line. Now that was an incredible exchange. That was 3 banelings for about 6. For like 5 or 6. Now my queen gets that final baneling kill and I have a baneling to defend. Go back to normal speed. Unfortunately, I only get 2 Zerglings for that baneling. We're both making 10 Zerglings right now. He has not expanded yet. This expansion, I cancel. Because he's attacked it so much and the health is so low that I don't want to risk it. Like a couple of baneling hits, I know will end up screwing. Make the 3 banes, I cancel it, now. So it's canceled. He gets a decent engagement against my Zerglings. I kill this overlord. Inject my larva. I should be injecting my larva. He gets 1 baneling that hits all 4 of those. I split up. I get 5 wings there. He gets 2 for 1. That was bad on my part. I even it out with sort of that. So it's sort of back to even. He dropped an expansion a bit more than 50 seconds ago. I've fended off his aggression successfully. I cancel that spine and I go to make a hatch. My inject needs to be better timed. There we go. And then I think I make a creep tumor pretty soon. I should be making a second queen behind this as well. Now, I send some of my Zerglings to try to counterattack and shit. I'm controlling this group. This group's just on a move. That's why I chose over there. This group I'm actively controlling, and save 3 of them. So my A move group got hit by some banelings. He's going to waste a baneling on one zergling, which is bad. His roach warren is done. My roach warren is on the way. He starts making roaches pretty freaking early. Like, his overlords aren't popped out yet. They're on the way, so yeah, now he has enough supply to start really making roaches, but he doesn't really have the money. You'll notice that his drone count's only at 16 versus my 19. I'm just going to go to ×2 here, because not much happens. He scouts around with some wings. I try to catch him. I don't really catch them. I make a bunch of drones. Oh, caught a few there. But yeah, I'm making a crap ton of drones. I go up to 28 or 29 workers, something like that. Yeah, it looks like 29 was my highest worker count. He is only making units. He stopped at 16 drones and he was done. Now he's just making roaches and he's got a couple banelings to go with. Now I have vision on this tower and this tower, so when he moves out, I see it. I see that happening and I'm like, uh-oh. My Evo chamber's just finished, but I start making my 5 roaches as soon as they pass that tower. I move this spine down. Unfortunately, my queen dies. Right here, those roaches. So I'm minus a larva inject. I pull all my banelings back, then I engage. So now I know I was using this. I got a couple good hits on the front, like 3 roaches, but not that great. Then he brings in speedlings, starts attacking me. I pull some drones off the line to fight. All these drones die. Unfortunately, I don't use them to fight. And I am just making roaches. I have a lot of money that I can spend. And then I say all in into an all in. Which is pretty cute. I say nope. Pretty retarded. Now here is his key mistake. This hatchery does not die. I've killed off all his roaches. He has a lot of lings on the way. That's how you're supposed to do it, just a lot of lings and reinforcements. He decides, instead of target firing the hatch, which he should have, that he should kill my roaches. So he can get us around on a couple, but not all of them. And that was his big, big mistake. Now he sends 2 lings over here. They become banelings. I don't notice that. I don't see them. They're pretty well hidden from my view. It sucks. I lose, he kills 8 drones actually with those 2 banelings, and I'll show you once it happens. But his aggression's all done with now. Let's just look at that. Look at that harvester count. I'm at 22, 14. Oh my god. I supply block him. It's pretty hilarious. And then I'm just like, okay, I have a lair now. Let's get Burrow. There's no way he can have a lair because of how much he attacked me and how many units he made. It's just not possible for him to have a lair. Now, I do scout that he still doesn't have a lair. He was making it. So that's good news for me. My burrow's done. My infestation pit's on the way. And I am just slamming out the drones. As you'll see, 12 drones. In terms of units, he has 11 roaches to my 10. It's not really a huge difference. I'm about to have +1. He's not even starting +1 yet. Oh, there he goes. The +1's on the way. +1, 1, 1, 1, yeah. I have pathogen glands done now at the, 18-minute mark, and I have a 3rd on the way. He has a 3rd on the way, which I scout. So I'm just like, he has to try to macro behind this because his all-in failed. I know that. Slightly ahead of me in supply, just because his roach count is too high. It's too damn high. He does some wing counterattacks here. I always keep some banelings at home to protect my tech from zergling run-bys in ZvZ. If you don't do that in ZvZ, mid-game, late-game, start thinking about doing it. It'll save you a lot of frustration. My overseer is keeping tabs on him. You should come over here and contaminate in a second. Any second now. I send my banelings here over to this base. He moves away with his army at a pretty inopportune time. I don't get any drones, unfortunately. I was just going for the hatch, which survives. 124 hit points. I keep it in the red. It doesn't actually go anywhere. He has a lot of drones here. He needs to transfer these like a long time ago, and he just didn't. I'm just making roaches right now because I know I need to catch up an army. These roaches are going to kill this hatchery, and this hatchery, this queen, all these buildings. Oh, my overseer. I gotta be a little better about that, because I could have been contaminating a lot more. Okay, I'm gonna slow it down. I'm gonna pause it, actually, to show you the unit count. 8 infestors to 4 infestors, 44 to 42. We're about even. Except that my infestor count is a lot better. Now, I lose 2 infestors right here. It sucks that he didn't get fungals off. I attack up. I get much better fungals, and much earlier fungals. None of my infestors get caught in a fungal row. I had 8, now I have 6. They can't fungal anymore, so I just swap the infested Terrans, burrow them, pull them back. I noticed that he has this, so I'm just like, oh, well. And then I just rally roaches in. Meanwhile, these roaches have killed off all those buildings. They have 2 kills, 4 kills, 5 kills, 6 kills, so they've killed a lot of drones as well. And I rally roaches. I can, let me hit the B button and go back a bit, just to show you. My roach rally, plus the infested Terrans, which are incredible units, by the way. I destroy his aggression completely, and I save 6 out of 8 infestors, which is really, really nice. Now, this overseer over here really needs to contaminate. 2 hatcheries dead with 4 roaches. Talk about cost efficiency right there. I burrow them, and he's not going to get another hatchery there without detection. Income, 38 to 46. He never passes me in workers from this point on in the game. Like, after that Baneling attack, he never passed me in workers. I'm going to speed things up. These roaches prevent a hatchery for a while. He just now has an overseer in production. I kill off this extractor. He kills off my roaches. Boo-hoo. My +2 armor's on the way. I had 2 attack done before his. That's another reason why I was able to just hold his attack. Also, he didn't re-rally anything in when he attacked me. Unit counts, 33 roaches to 27, but I have 14 infestors! It's a lot. I'm getting a 4th. He's trying to reestablish a 3rd. He doesn't have enough workers to keep up with me economically. My hive just finished. I start a Greater Spire pretty soon. Oh. Hey, remember what I said about banelings? Remember what I said about keeping banelings? Oh, look at this, look at this. Oh. Yeah, banelings are good for defense. There's my Greater Spire. Takes a while, but it gets there. These become banelings whenever I notice that they're there. Oh, I missed a fight. Do I ever make these into banelings though? I'm curious. I do, okay. Alright, we're gonna go back to normal speed. I have to go back a couple seconds. Because I missed a fight. I don't want you guys to miss that fight. Come on. Alright, whoa. A little bit more than that. Okay. I actually also want you to see me kill a bunch of overlords. Ready? That's how you supply blockers. Bad rally overlords, you just kill them like that. Here he comes. Now let's just take a pause. Unit count. 39 roaches and 6 infestors for him versus 36 roaches and 14 infestors for me. And I have 9 Zerglings that'll be banelings later. These infested Terrans just do their job well. 0.86 speed's pretty good for an attack. So here he comes. I back up. I get a better concave. And I lose 2 infestors right there. 3 infestors. That sucks. I still have, how many? 10. He has 2 infestors and 3 roaches to his name. And like no money. I have a bit of excess money. How How much larva do I have? I have 45 larva to his 3. Because he just doesn't inject enough. Not nearly enough. 3-3 on the way. Unfortunately, the 3-3, you'll notice, does not finish before the game finishes. He makes his last desperate attack. No production on the board. Well, there's 7 roaches, but still, he's 102 to 192. I got a 100 food lead practically here. Pull back. Re-engage. Regroup. And that's the game. So, if you all in, and you don't kill the natural hatchery, you lose. 90% of the time, that game is lost for you. He even killed 8 workers with 2 banelings. That's like over here, remember that? That's an incredible trade. 2 banelings for 8 workers is unbelievably good. Like normally you're looking for like maybe 5. He got 8. 8! I went from 22 to 14. That is so many drone kills for 2 banelings to get. And he still lost. And am I saying that poor Scarecrow is a bad player? Not necessarily. I think poor Scarecrow here, he relies on a bad strategy. You know, the all-in. I mean, it can work, but he didn't do it correctly. He made a poor decision not to attack and focus fire down my hatchery, which is what you have to do. You have to focus it down. It was a poor decision on his part not to do that. Not that my gameplay was perfect, like a couple of my Baneling hits weren't so great, Zergling Baneling exchanges didn't always go in my favor. But he just didn't execute his build properly. Which tells me that even though he might have practiced this a lot, like he may have just do this all in all the time, he's just not that good at it. I think if Scarecrow tried to do some macro style play instead, he might find it's better. You know, he needs to work on his injects. I mean, his queen energy was kind of high. Like this queen shouldn't have 200 for any reason. Like me now, like it's near the end of the game, but like these queens have been alive for a very long time. I've killed like 3 or 4 of his queens. Like this queen hasn't been alive as long. This queen hasn't been alive as long. But his injects just weren't as good as mine, and you can just note that by the larva count. 47 to 14 larva. Like we can ignore this hatchery completely. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can take 7 away. I still have 40 to 14 if we have even hatchery counts. So his injects just aren't as good. So yeah. That is that ZvZ. That's how you hold that all in against someone who doesn't really do it correctly. You just don't leave the game. Just don't leave. Don't leave. Never give up, never surrender, never say die until it is over. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this. I'm going to be uploading more Warcraft 2 stuff because I know people are like, where is it? And I'm just like, I'm sorry. I'm lazy sometimes. I'm sorry. I really am. Alright, so that'll be coming up relatively soon. Thank you all for watching.